Welcome back to Coin Explorer. What exactly is the coin shown here? And is it a 1998 D Roosevelt dime? Yes. The photograph shows a United States 10-cent Roosevelt dime dated 1998, with a D mint mark beside the date. That D identifies Denver, so this is the 1998 D issue, not the Philadelphia 1998 P dime. It is a regular business strike coin made for circulation. The denomination is 10 cents, and the design belongs to the Roosevelt dime series that began in 1946. When was this particular dime made and why was it produced? The 1998 D was struck in 1998 as part of America's circulating coinage, meaning its primary purpose was everyday commerce rather than being a special commemorative issue. The Roosevelt dime design had already been in use for more than 5 decades. The U.S. Mint introduced it in 1946, soon after Franklin D. Roosevelt's death, honoring his support for the March of Dimes and its fight against polio. What does the front of the coin actually represent? The obverse carries a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, America's 32nd president. Around him are Liberty and In God We Trust, with the date 1998 and the D mint mark near the lower right. Roosevelt's appearance on the dime connects the denomination to his support for the March of Dimes. The design was created by U.S. Mint Chief Engraver John R. Sinnock. What about the reverse, and why are those objects there? At the center is a torch, flanked by an olive branch on one side and an oak branch on the other. The U.S. Mint explains these as symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. Around them appear United States of America, E pluribus unum, and one dime. So the reverse is more than decoration. Its 3 central elements communicate ideas deliberately chosen for the national coinage. Where was this dime minted? And what does the D tell us? The D is the mint mark for the Denver Mint. For a collector, that small letter is important because it distinguishes this coin from the 1998 P Roosevelt dime made in Philadelphia. The 1998 D is a Denver circulation issue, and its recorded mintage was 1,172,250,000 pieces. That number immediately tells us something important. This was produced on a very large scale, not as a scarce low mintage issue. What is this dime actually made from? The 1998 D is not a silver Roosevelt dime. It is a copper-nickel clad coin with an outer alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper center. That composition has been used for U.S. dimes since the switch from silver in 1965. This matters when valuing the coin, because a 1998 D should not be treated like a 90% silver Roosevelt dime from 1964 or earlier. How large and heavy should a normal 1998 D dime be? Its standard specifications are about 17.9 millimeters in diameter and 2.27 grams in weight with a reeded edge. The U.S. Mint's specification lists 17.91 millimeters, 2.268 grams, and a 1.35 millimeter thickness for the same clad dime format. Small measurement differences can occur from normal production and wear, so a scale or caliper is useful, but one measurement alone does not authenticate a coin. Is a 1998 D dime common, or should collectors consider it scarce? The answer is that the date and mint combination is common. More than 1.17 billion were struck at Denver, and PCGS notes that examples through about MS65 are readily obtainable. The challenge changes at much higher grades. Coins grading MS66 or MS67 are considerably scarcer, while examples above that level can become genuinely difficult. Therefore, the year itself does not create rarity. Preservation is much more important. What condition should you look for if you want a better collector example? Start with wear, then examine marks, luster, strike quality, and the sharpness of the reverse torch bands. A circulated coin may have noticeable contact marks and loss of original surface quality. An uncirculated coin retains its mint state surfaces, but not every uncirculated coin is equally desirable. Roosevelt dime specialists often pay particular attention to full bands, where the horizontal bands across the torch are completely defined. Are there recognized varieties or errors for the 1998D? The standard 1998D is not known as a major date and mint rarity, although the Roosevelt dime series contains collectible die varieties and mint errors. For this issue, PCGS separately catalogs the regular coin and full bands and proof-like designations. A genuine mint error is a different matter and must be evaluated from physical evidence. A scratch, dent, discoloration, or other post-mint damage is not automatically an error, so unusual appearance should be examined carefully. So what determines the collector value of a 1998D? Several factors work together: grade, surface quality, strike, eye appeal, full bands designation, certification, and whether an unusual variety or genuine mint error is present. The ordinary circulated coin generally trades around its 10-cent face value, with modest differences depending on the marketplace and seller. Current published guides show that higher mint state grades can carry premiums, while exceptional certified pieces can be worth substantially more. How should you interpret the much higher prices sometimes seen online or in auction records? A documented auction result belongs to one specific coin at one grade with particular characteristics and market conditions. For example, PCGS records a $4,602 result for a 1998 D-graded MS62 that sold through Heritage Auctions in January 2012. That is an exceptional historical result, not a normal price for every 1998 D dime. Comparing grade, certification, and designation is essential before drawing conclusions. Why can one 1998 D be worth cents while another can bring a premium? The answer is condition and scarcity within the grade, not simply the calendar year. PCGS's guide shows low values for ordinary mint state grades and much higher figures at the finest levels, while NGC likewise records premiums as grade increases. This is why a worn coin from 1998 can remain a 10-cent item, while a superbly preserved certified example may attract serious specialist interest. What should you check before deciding what your own coin is worth? First, confirm the date and the D mint mark. Then inspect the edge, surfaces, and weight, and look for signs of cleaning, damage, or alteration. Next, examine the torch bands closely and compare any suspected variety or error with recognized references. Finally, compare your coin only with examples of the same grade and designation. Professional certification can be especially useful when the potential premium justifies the cost. So what makes a 1998 D Roosevelt dime genuinely interesting to collectors? It is not simply the fact that the coin is nearly 3 decades old. Its interest comes from the combination of Roosevelt's historical connection, Sinnock's enduring design, Denver production, clad construction, and the challenge of finding exceptionally preserved examples with strong details. Most are ordinary circulating dimes, and that is perfectly normal. But a sharply struck, attractive, carefully authenticated example can still tell a rewarding story about modern American coinage,